Burn, burn, burn.
Necronomicon is coming.
So I got a lot of good responses with my video the last video that I made, which was the magic versus religion thing. And I know that it was kind of rushed. I really felt like I wanted to get another video out there, but I didn't put a lot of thought into it. And as you can tell, I did a couple of screw-ups while I was recording it, and then I had to do the annotation things and whatnot. But I thought I'd be able to come up with a couple of more points. The first point with magic versus religion, which would go the same thing with any religion versus any other religion, is the practice of beliefs and whether or not you think those things are valid. A lot of Christians would look at magic and think that we are working with demons, or we are working with negative entities, or any force outside of God, which would be the devil. But that has less of a belief standpoint and more of a cultural standpoint and how a religion evolved. And a lot of times when you have one religion that would come in and be the more powerful force, both monetarily, politically, and culturally, it would take over the area that it happened to go into. And a lot of the different deities and entities that the smaller religion believed in would actually become demonic entities of the Christian religion. There's plenty of examples for that. I know, like Abraxas, which is a demon, is one of them. I believe that there's a bunch of other ones, such as Baal, possibly even Beelzebub. I mean, you look at the Sigil of Baphomet, which was supposed to be a unity of male and female, and that actually became the stereotypical look for the devil with the horns and whatnot. If you actually look into the the lore about it, it is about the unity between the masculine and feminine. I believe that's what it is, and if there's anything else, feel free to fact check me. Like I always say, I like to learn. One of the other points that I want to get to is the difference in practice and beliefs. When I was talking to family members about my personal practice and what my beliefs are, the way that I would explain how, like, sigil magic, spell work, cord magic, any stuff like that works, is that it's just like a prayer. With a prayer, you are calling to a higher power to assist you or somebody else, whatever your motive may be, in some way. And you are giving them the power to help you gain your goal. You are putting the energy into that other being to help you attain what you want, whether it's a job, whether it's a family member that needs to get over some kind of sickness and is in the hospital. There are several studies to demonstrate that prayer works. I mean, correlation doesn't mean causation, but it does lend truth to how, if you put energy towards something, it works. And that's why I really don't have that big of a problem with other religions, because if you practice it and if you really believe in it and it gives you personal power and stuff, that's great. I was raised on the idea that there are several things to make a person whole. And one of those things is a spiritual system. When I came out of the broom closet, so to speak, to my mom, she was just happy that I found a spiritual system, because she knew I was kind of more of an agnostic person, or maybe even she thought I was atheist, I'm not sure. But she sure did know that I didn't like going into a church. Never really felt right to me, and that's why I kind of gravitated to where I am now. But getting back with the difference between spells and prayer, when we, or pagans, not to make any assumptions about my viewers again, I might talk like that. Whatever, you guys get it. When people, magicians, witches, Zelig, such as myself, does magic, whether it be cord magic, sigil magic, what have you, you are putting your own energy and calling the energy of the divine, or whatever you want to call it, into a certain venue to get something that you want. It's the same thing as prayer. Spells are a type of prayer. And the way that I kind of explain it to people is, when you pray, when a Christian prays to God, or a Muslim prays to Allah, or whatever, what have you, pick a pantheon, pick a belief system, that is the same thing as you're a little kid, you're in the kitchen, and you're asking your mom to get you a cookie from the cookie jar because you can't reach it. So you are asking somebody else to help you. It is not your energy. You are asking that other person or that other being or deity to help you get what you want. Seems kind of selfish to me in a way of, oh, I need this. Can I have it? You know, a lot of people like to say if you want something, work for it. When you do magic, when you're a magician, a witch, a Zelig, Celt, priest, whatever, you are using that spell or doing a spell with your own personal energy to get what you want. You remember the little kid with the cookie jar? That's like the little kid not asking his mom, who's sitting in the living room watching TV, ignoring you. And you happen to grab a chair, pull it over to the counter, get up on the chair, and get that cookie for yourself. It's a way of taking more personal responsibility, I think, to practice paganism, because we take the situation that we are in, we say, hey, I don't like this, or I want it better, or it has to change. We put our own energy into it, and we get those things done. We get what we want done. We achieve the goals that we want. Whether we ask for help from deities or whoever is upstairs, whether we ask that or not, we are still putting our own personal energy into it, our own effort. And when we get that thing that we made that spell for, or if we push somebody out, whatever the outcome is, you can take a lot more personal pride in saying, I did that. I don't know how many times in growing up, when I would get a job or when I got into college or something, I would always hear isn't it great that God granted you that? And I'm sitting there thinking, I filled out the application. I did all the work to earn my grades, with high honors, by the way, 3.61 with my bachelor's, 3.93 with my master's. And I put the effort into it, and I got the degree. When I got a job, it's because I applied for it, I did good at the interview, and I got asked to be hired. That, in my mind, has nothing to do with just, isn't that great, somebody upstairs gave it to you. I put the effort in, and I got it. And that's part of the reason why I practice paganism, because I like to be the result of my own efforts. I like to say that if I wanted something, I put energy towards it, I did some magic, and I got what I wanted, rather than being happy to get a handout from the man upstairs because I deserved it. So I think that was a little bit more of a coherent rant than last time, but I kind of feel confident about everything that I said. If anybody wants to disagree, start a discourse in the comments down below. But like I've said before, I don't want to have a you're right, you're wrong discussion or debate, as it were. I would like a discourse on what you guys think about what I said. So I'm looking forward to it. Good hunting.